This week's reading feels like it brought through messages of moving past things that may have held you bound to the past. There's a beautiful invitation from Spirit, from the Divine, to lead forward in this next chapter and to lead with your heart. So please enjoy this week's reading, Leading with Love. Hello, fellow lights and light travelers. Welcome again to Light Journeys Tarot. We're going to pull through and see what's going to come through for this week's reading. As always, I cleared the space. I invite in only high vibrational, loving, benevolent energies and my guides for the highest good of yourself and all. As with every reading, I like to caveat that you have the ultimate power. So again, what resonates, take. What does not, does not. As this is a collective reading, there may be messages for some people and not others, or maybe everything resonates, or maybe none does this week, and that's okay. You have the ultimate power in this life, right? You are the one who is guiding your journey. So always lead with love and light, and know that whatever comes through, you have the power to move forth or leave beside anything. Okay. So this is your life. This is your journey. This is your story. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Anything that doesn't match, just leave it for entertainment, education, just push it aside. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this and see what comes through this week. I pulled this deck, Whimsical Realm of Oddities, and let's see what comes through. Okay, Spirit, what would like to come through this week for the collective that is gathered here? What would like to come through this week for this collective? What message for the highest good of this collective would like to come through? What message for every soul that hears this for their highest good is wanting to come through? What message is meant to reach all those gathered here? What message would like to come through? Okay, I'm trusting this stop. The Fool. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands. All right, let's get into it. So for those new here, I like to read one card at a time, and then we'll build out the story, and I'll pull 2 oracle cards. With the Fool, this often speaks of new journeys, new beginnings. What I am immediately drawn to, the first thing that's drawn to, is this sun here. So for me, this almost looks like an eye, an all-seeing eye, a guiding light, the sun in your life, right? There's something here that's greater than you, that is a light, that is a guiding force, that is illuminating, right? All things in the highest positive energy, right? I'm feeling a lot of that sun card energy coming through. But it also looks like it's watching over as you step forward. So although this character is not looking forward, the eye, the light, the sun is still not just looking here, but looking forward at the path. So while in new journeys and starting new beginnings, you may still feel, right, the fact that this deck, this card is looking back, you may feel drawn to look back, or maybe there's something that you're still in your past that is catching your attention. The rest of you is pulling forward. So there's an alignment here, perhaps an invitation to fix your gaze forward towards your new journey. But I feel like the message that's coming through is one of, even if you still have yourself, right, and you're still almost there, you're like 95% there, you just need to do that last movement into this next portion of your life, into this forward journey, into this new chapter, something higher, something greater than you, this light, this love, this higher source, God, angels, however you want to call it, is looking forward for you. It is illuminating this path for you. So you are being guided, and even if you can't see it, this energy can see it for you. And so, yeah, this might be a little invitation of just like, hey, fix your gaze. We're going to move into this new chapter. What's back here may seem tempting. It almost looks like it's catching an apple, trying to offer you an apple, like you don't. And it also looks like it's trying to hold you. There's something here in the past that is trying to hold you. There is something in the past that is trying to hold you, or that's got your attention, or there's something that you're working through from your past. But you're being guided forward, and it's okay to release it, and you are stronger than this, okay? You are not going to be held in this space. So this could be how you have felt thus far, okay? This isn't your future. This is the past. This is the past reading, but also the past of what was happening to you. There was things in the past that was holding you back, but this is no more. Let's get into the rest of this. You're being guided. The Nine of Pentacles, right? Often we have pentacles. It can be called the coins. It's that monetary, earthly value. You are essentially moving into a period of success. So this could be abundance. This could be, just, right, we live in a materialistic world, and although we're trying to get out of that worldview and know that there's more than just the material, this is bringing in some of that abundance for you. So it feels like in the past you felt like you were stuck and you were focusing on something from your past, but in this new journey that you've taken and this movement forward, it has brought in a whole bunch of riches for you. I do feel like, right, I'm going to read as I feel with this card. The first thing I'm drawn to is this kind of little figurine here. So it could be one of two ways, right? It could be even though this isn't reversed, right? It feels like it could be in your material abundance, just a caveat to not fall into the indulgent, like greedy side of this. And this isn't reversed, but I felt like I need to say this. But this could also be, right, it reminds me of in indigenous cultures, right? Oftentimes you'll see them create masks to ward off bad energies. So this could also be, right, what also I am feeling, right, is this could be, although it looks off-putting, but I'll say, although it looks off-putting, right, this could be some type of, I wish I knew, like in Puerto Rico, they called them like zemis. Like they're these little figurines of ancestors and of, guides and of spirits that are meant for protection, to protect you from any negative energies. So I feel like that could also be coming into play a little bit here. So yeah, it feels like the work that you've done in the past is bringing this abundant energy, is bringing in this abundance, and, perhaps less of, if you are moving forward and not being greedy, right? You're not being greedy, and you're not pulled into this energy, right? You're going to be protected from those spirits that ward off, or that energy that wards off that negativity, right? You're moving forward in adventure and abundance, and across new seas to new lands, right? We're thinking of like that pirate energy, right? So this is adventurous. This is travel. So you could be coming into travel. Excuse me. You could be taking a cruise. Could be coming through. You could be, flying somewhere or driving somewhere. Something is coming in for you. Something's coming in for you, and you're going to feel like you're on a jolly adventure is what's coming in. There we go. Beautiful. Working through that has been able to bring through this. That's wonderful. The Six of Wands is often victory and like recognition. And this feels to me like, because you did the work to move past whatever was holding you back, whatever thing or event or person from your past, however that resonates for you, since you were able to get past that, you have moved into this adventurous abundance that's falling into your future, right? This is your present to the future. And this is bringing in that victory, that recognition of the work that you've done. So in that recognition, that could be the abundance, but it feels like also in other ways, you're doing the work and you're having been through this. You are now reflected like a light bearer, right? Everybody is celebrating you, right? It looks like your community is around you. This could be your friends. This could be, your pets. This could be your family, whatever it may be, right? This feels not only celebratory, but it feels like, you've got your, I want to say crew. You've got your people, your energies, your angels, however that resonates to you, your guides. Everybody's by your side. And this feels celebratory, but it also feels like it is I want to say a protective. I don't feel like you need protection because you've done the work, right? And you're going forth with that energy. So you're not attracting in anything like that. That's not the vibe that you're at, right? But still, you've got like your fortress of love and abundance and people that are celebrating you and walking alongside you, and you are lighting the way with the work that you've done, right? You're just like shining out and saying, look, this is what's possible. Like, you could be in the darkest moments and you can still find the light. You can still be the light. You can still then thus come into a place like out of the shadows. And that doesn't mean that the shadows is a bad place, right? We talk about seeds that get planted in the ground, and you could be like, oh no, it's in the dirt and it's dark and it's horrible. But then the seedling grows. This nurturing happens out of it. This nutrition comes from the earth, right? And then the seed grows. So, this is you, speaking your word. It looks like the mouth is open and they're stating things. So it's like, I've been through all of this, but look at how I stand. Look at how I transmuted this stuff that was holding me back from the past. And I was able to move into abundance and victory. So this is you setting off like a beacon, like a light bearer. It almost feels like that hermit energy with that light torch. So it's like you yourself having been through this, or this is the future. This is the point you will be at, right? So you're going to get to this point where you yourself and your community around you, right, are going to look to you. You're going to recognize that in yourself, and they are going to recognize that in you, that you've done the work and now you're this shining light, okay? And again, I'm not trying to say that life is constantly purpose and you've done the work and now you're done, right? That's not how it works. I wish it was. We've done the work. Yay, all done. No, okay, right? Things will happen. They'll come up. But you now have the light. You have the ability to recognize in yourself that you can do the work, that you can get past things that are so hard that felt like they were holding you back, and you just wanted to start your new chapter. And you're going to look in this future and you're going to see this past version of yourself that was able to get past those things with your strength, and you are able to call in abundance and light and victory, okay? So that's going to be that lesson to you that you always carry forth. And in carrying forth that lesson and that embodiment of this transmutation that you did, right, you're going to shine as a light to others, and you're going to move forth with that community with you as well. Not only are they seeing you as an example, but they are by your side, so that as life continues and things continue, they're like, we've got you. You've got you. We know you've got you, but we're also here, right? They're not leading the way. They're next. This is like, it looks at a slant, but everybody's next to you. They're not leading you. They're walking beside you. And this could be your friends. This could be your family. This could be your angels. This could be your guides. Whatever it may be, you have with you carrying forward. So this is beautiful. Congratulations. Whether or not you're, this is normally past energy, or this is something that, you kind of are currently moving into that will be part of your past. But regardless, I'm proud of you that you're doing that work. And I hope you recognize that in you. I want to take this moment. If no one else says this to you, I am proud of you. You should know that. You should know that divinely, they are proud of you. Like the angels, the energies, however it is that it represents for you, right? Religion or non-religion, whatever it is that you see reflected in a higher energy, a higher source, is watching you and is proud of you and has got you, you know, like you've never been alone in this, and they knew that you had this power. And I'm happy that you're either working on it or you've just worked through this, and now you see that you have this power. Like, you have this power and you recognize that within you. And that is amazing. And that is a beautiful gift that you will carry forward. You will carry forward proudly. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards and see if anything else wants to come into this message. All right. All right, the first oracle card that I feel drawn to move is the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. So let's go ahead and see what wants to come through. All right, Spirit, what other message, or what continued message, however it is that you would like to bring it forth, would like to come through for this collective? What else would like to come through for this collective, Spirit? What other message would you like to add for this collective, Spirit? What other messages wanting to come through for this collective, Spirit? Okay, trusting the stop. The Vision Quest. Oh, this is gorgeous. I just want to say before I read into it, I'm immediately drawn kind of like here to this heart energy, and it feels like arms spreading back in surrender. And you know what also? Wow. I love Spirit comes through with those matching things. Here you go. The arm is out. They're stepping forward, right? Can you see that? The knee is up. One leg is down. And here, while I was drawn to the eye energy, this moon almost looks like a sun. And you've got a similar energy coming through in this card. But here it feels almost like a phoenix, like a, you know, where you may have felt stuck here to this past. This is you, and this glory and this freedom of you have started this journey and you're empowered. But let's read what the message wants to come through. But I love when Spirit just goes ahead and is like, by the way, I'm going to give you the exact same thing to match. Okay, let's go ahead and let me get the card. And we will read to see what message wants to come through. Since it's upright, we will read the invitation and the essence, okay? Vision Quest. In this Vision Quest, you face your fear, you embrace your mortality, and then meet face to face with Spirit. When we feel stagnant, okay, so that could be also that being held on to that past. A Vision Quest brings our lives into perspective. We realize our flaws, our potential, and the opportunities life is now offering us. We remain on a Vision Quest until we find the key to open a new door or write a new chapter in our lives. So there's that journeying, that fool, that new chapter. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. 1 second. Okay, I'm all better. Anyways. The invitation. So find clarity by spending time alone in nature. If you live in the city, go for walks in a park. If you live in the country, make sure that you get to spend some time outside in contemplation. Get off of the couch, get away from your desk, and go outside. Spirit helps those who help themselves. So set your intention and ask nature for a guiding vision for your life. And I'm just going to go ahead and read the medicine. So if you want this, take it. If not, leave it. You know, take what resonates, leave the rest. The medicine. So Spirit has been trying to contact you, but received no answer. This is, again, if it was reversed, but I'm still reading it. I'm putting it out there. If you want it, take it. If not, leave it. You are too busy with your life, and there's too much noise inside your head. Do not miss the call again. Make room for the quiet time this evening. Allow yourself to become bored for a little while, and you'll be able to hear the important message trying to get through. So if you feel called, take it. If not, I do feel like the first part of this, the essence of the invitation, was more for this collective. All right, let's get the next oracle deck. My next deck that I felt pulled to is the Divine Feminine. And let's go ahead and see what comes through. All right, Spirit. What else would like to come through? And I kind of just like, I'm already looking at these cards. You know, my deck, the booklet itself is this. But what I find interesting is this almost looks like that eye. So maybe what's coming through is Divine Feminine energy as the guiding force that's coming through and guiding you and protecting you. So sorry, I just wanted to stop my shuffling and mention that and share it. Yeah. All right, let's continue. Spirit, what message, what else would like to come through for this collective? What other message would like to come through for this collective? What other message or continued message would like to come through for this collective? Okay, I'm going to trust the stop. White buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. Oh, see, I was thinking about the heart. The path of love is true abundance. Okay, so there's that abundance that came through. The path of love is true abundance. So this is, okay, we're going to read and we'll see what comes through, but I feel like it touched a little bit on this card. It feels like it connects through with this heart and this vision quest. But what I like about this is the heart as a compass. So it's telling you, as you've released that past energy and moved into your new journey, when you've used your heart as your compass, your path of love and true abundance and into this light is what came through. Wow. Okay. So this could be a little bit of an invitation of, if you feel or have felt stuck in this energy, how to move forward into this level of abundance is by using your heart. Let's go ahead and read what message comes through from this booklet. Beautiful. All right. So it says, White Buffalo Calf Woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. So who she is, excuse me. The White Buffalo Calf Woman represents the sacred vision, well, there we go, vision quest, that gives us hope that all will be provided for us. I don't know if it's Petisanwi or Tesanwi, I don't know if that's silent, or White Buffalo Calf Woman, I apologize if I did not say that correctly, is the primary cultural prophet of the Lakota region. Buffalo are considered sacred to the Plains people and are seen as messengers from the ancestors. A Lakota legend says that two young scouts went out in search of food during a famine. They saw a stunningly beautiful woman who appeared before them in a radiant white light. The first scout approached her with unholy intentions, and the second scout watched as the first man turned to bones the instant he tried to touch her. She was clearly Lila Wakan, very holy. Thankfully, he knew this. She asked him to approach her because she could see into his heart and knew his intentions were good. She told him to prepare for her arrival in the village. He went back and gathered everyone together. She appeared before them and taught them the 7 sacred rites of the Lakota people, including the sacred pipe ceremony that binds men and women together in a circle of love and mutual respect. When your soul selects her card, so this is for the collective, White Buffalo Calf Woman is a sacred reminder that we don't have to struggle to receive all that we've desired. When we join our heart's longing with action, we find that there's a sacred way to move through the world. This sacred way is a path of steady, quiet alignment between the heart's intention and our every step. Beautiful. The White Buffalo Calf Woman is an omen of hope that all will be provided for us when we approach each situation with love. There we go. When she wants us to focus on is the intention behind an action, because that changes the outcome. Beautiful. So this could also be relating to this thing that was holding you. And remember I said your attention is not focused there. So this says what she wants us to focus on is the intention behind an action, because that changes the outcome. She is sacred, prophetic sign that we can receive what we need without fighting for it or trying to secure it through manipulation. When prayer joins right action, when we move from that intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. Okay, so you're being invited to move forward in this new portion of your journey and, transmuting that past energy that doesn't serve you, moving forward from that heart space, right? Your heart being your compass. That's going to be your path into this abundance. And when we seek, not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and community, our needs are divinely met. So here you are, right? Once you've transmuted that, if you start leaving with love and bringing in that abundance, you're going to be that light, right? You're doing it for yourself, but also it's shining light, if you look at this, on your community. So, right, not only are you going to be a light beaker for yourself because you've done this transmutation, if you lead with love for yourself and for all, it's going to shine on everybody, right? And you know, it's beautiful. It's like you have your light, but then I feel like it sparked theirs, right? Everybody starts carrying their light. So again, when the prayer joins right action, when we move from that intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. And when we seek not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and community, our needs are divinely met. The most sacred path is the one abundant with love. Soul voice meditation. What is my intention for the work that I am currently doing? Intention. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for coming through with such a beautiful message. And you know what? I am excited for you all. You know, it feels like the work that you're doing, this new journey, this vision quest that you're going on, this transmutation of these things that feel like these energies, these people, whatever it is that left you stuck, right? You've got this divine goddess energy, this divine feminine, this higher source that is guiding you and helping you and inviting you to lead with your love, right? To lead with your heart, to step forward, not so much with this stuck energy, but with this vision quest, with this love, and setting this intention to use your heart as a compass. And in using your heart as a compass, you're going to bring in that abundance, right? You're not going to have to worry about any of that energy that may feel unwelcome or less high vibrational, right? You're going to bring in that abundance because you're leading with love. And if you lead with love, right, you're going to have victory, not just for yourself, but for your community as you lead forward as a light and inspire others to join their lights with you together in forward movement to victory, to oneness, to love, to community. So the work you're doing, keep doing it. You are being guided, and I am so excited for you. This is a beautiful reading. So thank you again for being here with me. I look forward to reading for you all next week. If you are interested in a personal reading where I just delve in and connect directly to your energy, please do feel free to reach out to me. If not, I'm grateful for you being here. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and thank you again. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Bye.